Have you ever walked into a room and instantly feel a wave of sadness, joy, or anxiety, even though no one said a word? Maybe you sense when something is wrong with a loved one before they even mention it. Or perhaps you've noticed that people unconsciously gravitate toward you for comfort, support, and understanding, as if you possess some invisible healing power. If any of this resonates with your soul, you might be more than just a sensitive person. You could be an empath, someone who not only feels deeply, but also possesses an amazing ability to heal those around you. Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of empaths and exploring 12 key signs that indicate you belong to this rare category of people. This video will help you better understand your true nature, learn to protect your energy, and use your gift for good, both for yourself and for others. So, if you're ready to discover the depth of your abilities and learn how to transform sensitivity into strength, stay with us. This journey will change how you see yourself. Before we move on to the signs, let's understand who an empath is and how they differ from an ordinary sensitive person. An empath is someone with a heightened ability to feel and understand the emotions of other people. This goes far beyond simple sympathy. While most people can empathize with others on an intellectual level, empaths literally absorb the emotions of others, experiencing them as if they were their own feelings. Imagine an emotional sponge. When an empath is near someone experiencing grief, they don't just understand that pain, they feel it in their body, in their heart. When someone experiences joy, the empath feels that surge of energy as if they're rejoicing themselves. This unique feature makes empaths exceptional listeners, counselors, and healers. They're able to establish the deepest connections with people, penetrating to the very essence of their experiences. It's no surprise that many empaths become psychologists, counselors, healers, nurses, social workers, or choose other helping professions. But this gift has a flip side. Constantly absorbing others' emotions can lead to emotional exhaustion, burnout, and even physical symptoms. Empaths often feel overwhelmed in crowded places where they're bombarded by a barrage of diverse energies. It's important to understand that being an empath is not a weakness or a problem that needs fixing. It's a powerful gift, especially when it comes to the ability to support and heal those who need it. The key to a successful empath's life is learning to manage this ability, protect boundaries, and use the gift consciously. Realizing that you're an empath can be a real breakthrough in self-understanding. Many empaths live for years feeling strange, too sensitive, or wrong. They don't understand why they react so strongly to others' emotions, why they get tired after socializing, why they can't just pull themselves together as others advise. When an empath finally understands their nature, it brings incredible relief. Suddenly, everything falls into place. You realize that you're fine, you're just wired differently. Your sensitivity isn't a flaw, but a feature of your nervous system that allows you to perceive the world more deeply and richly. Having recognized your abilities, you can use them more effectively. You'll learn to distinguish your own emotions from others. You'll understand when you need to step back and restore your energy. You'll be able to create meaningful connections with people, helping them heal while maintaining your own well-being. Moreover, understanding your empathic nature allows you to build healthy relationships. You'll be able to explain to loved ones why you need time alone, why you avoid noisy places, why you experience conflicts so deeply. This knowledge becomes the foundation for self-acceptance and self-care. So, let's look at 12 main signs that indicates you're an empath with the ability to heal others. The first and perhaps most obvious sign of an empath is the ability to pick up on others' emotions without words. You walk into a room and instantly understand what the atmosphere is like. You feel the tension between two people, even if they're smiling and pretending everything's fine. You notice when someone is sad, angry, or anxious just by being near that person. This intuitive understanding is a hallmark of empathic personalities. You don't need explanations. Your body and mind read the subtlest signals, micro-expressions, body language, tone of voice, even energetic vibrations that most people simply don't perceive. Often, you feel an overwhelming desire to comfort or support those who seem down, even if you weren't asked. This happens automatically. Your mirror neuron system activates, causing you to resonate with another person's feelings. Scientific research shows that empaths have a more active mirror neuron system, brain cells that mirror the actions and emotions of other people, as if we were performing them ourselves. This explains why empaths don't just understand others' emotions, but literally experience them. The second sign is heightened sensitivity to the energy of people and places. This means you easily pick up on the energetic atmosphere of any space. You walk into a crowded cafe and suddenly feel exhausted or anxious, even though a minute ago everything was fine. This happens because you're absorbing the energies of the people around you, their stress, worry, irritation. Sometimes it's enough to just walk past a person experiencing a crisis to feel heaviness in your chest or sudden sadness. Empaths are also very sensitive to the energy of places. You may feel uncomfortable in certain buildings or neighborhoods where something heavy happened. Conversely, some places fill you with peace and joy, usually natural spaces or homes of people with positive energy. This sensitivity allows you to assess the emotional climate around you with amazing accuracy. You become a valuable source of support for friends and family because you sense when they need help, even if they don't say it. The third sign is the capacity for deep empathic experience. You don't just understand what another person is feeling, you internalize those feelings, live them from the inside. When a close friend tells you about their loss, you don't just listen sympathetically. You feel their pain in your heart, tears well up in your eyes, a lump rises in your throat. When a colleague shares joyful news, you genuinely rejoice with them, feeling a surge of energy and happiness. This can be both a blessing and a burden. On one hand, this ability allows you to provide the deepest support to people, creating an atmosphere of safety in which they can fully open up. On the other hand, constantly immersing yourself in others' emotions can drain you if you don't learn to protect your boundaries. It's important to remember that deep empathy is a form of emotional intelligence. Research in neuroscience shows that when experiencing others' emotions, the same areas of the brain are activated in empaths as during their own experiences. The anterior cingulate cortex, insular cortex, and somatosensory cortex work together, creating the experience of shared feeling. The fourth sign is feeling overwhelmed in crowded places. Concerts, festivals, busy streets, shopping malls during rush hour, all of this can be particularly exhausting for empaths. Why does this happen? Imagine being in a room where dozens of radio stations are playing simultaneously on different frequencies. That's exactly how an empath feels in a crowd. You're simultaneously picking up the emotions, thoughts, and energies of dozens or hundreds of people around you. Someone near you is experiencing stress about being late. Another person is anxious about being released, anxious about money. A third is in a state of euphoria. A fourth is depressed and exhausted. And all these emotional waves crash over you simultaneously, creating an unbearable cacophony of feelings. It's no wonder that after such situations, empaths find solace in quiet, peaceful places. You may need several hours or even days to recover from a particularly intense social event. This doesn't mean you're antisocial or suffering from social phobia. Your nervous system is simply more sensitive to stimulation, and you need more time to process all the incoming information. The fifth sign is a natural inclination toward healing. Many empaths discover that they're drawn to professions or practices related to healing. This could be official medicine, doctors, nurses, psychologists, psychotherapists, or alternative methods, Reiki, energy healing, massage therapy, acupuncture, herbalism. Some empaths become coaches, mentors, yoga, or meditation teachers. You have an innate ability to soothe others' pain. Sometimes just your presence is enough for a person to feel relief. Your words of encouragement penetrate deep into the heart because they come from a place of true understanding. When you touch a person, hug them, put a hand on their shoulder, they feel the transmission of healing energy. This instinct to help is part of what makes you an empath. You can't just walk past suffering. Something inside you demands that you stop and help. This is your calling, your mission in this world. Research shows that empathy indeed has healing power. When people go through difficult times, having an empathic person nearby significantly speeds up the process of emotional recovery. The sixth sign may seem strange, but it's very common among empaths. You physically feel others' pain. This goes beyond simple emotional sympathy and manifests on a bodily level. When a loved one suffers from a headache, you suddenly feel pressure in your temples. When someone near you is stressed, your stomach starts to hurt. If a friend experiences heartache from a relationship breakup, you feel heaviness in your chest. This phenomenon is called somatic empathy. Your nervous system is so finely tuned to other people that it literally reproduces their physical sensations. Brain areas responsible for processing pain are activated not only when you yourself experience discomfort, but also when you observe others suffering. This deep connection can serve as a powerful motivator for helping others heal. However, it's critically important to maintain your own boundaries. If you're constantly absorbing others' pain without cleansing yourself of it, this can lead to chronic health problems. The seventh sign of an empath is highly developed intuition and strong gut feelings. Empaths possess what can be called a sixth sense that helps them navigate interpersonal situations. You know when someone is lying, even if there are no obvious signs of deception. You sense when a situation is unsafe long before obvious threats appear. You foresee how events will unfold in relationships because you pick up on subtle energetic shifts. Often, empaths rely on their intuition when making decisions. You may not have a logical explanation for why you feel a certain way, but this inner voice is rarely wrong. You've learned to trust these hunches because you've been convinced of their accuracy time and again. This intuition is a clear sign of your empathic nature. It's formed based on your ability to read nonverbal information, energetic patterns, and emotional nuances that remain unnoticed by other people. Developing and trusting your intuition is one of the most valuable skills for an empath. It serves as a compass, helping you avoid toxic situations and find people and places that support your well-being. The eighth sign is a preference for deep personal conversations over large groups. Large gatherings can be overwhelming for empaths, and you find that you thrive in deep, meaningful conversations with just one or two people. In such intimate settings, you can truly focus on the person in front of you. You're not distracted by multiple energies and don't experience overload from having to track the dynamics of a large group. This allows you to establish deeper connections and provide genuine support. In personal communication, your empathic abilities flourish. You can fully dedicate yourself to understanding the other person, their needs, fears, dreams. You create a safe space where people feel heard and accepted. This doesn't mean you're an introvert, although many empaths are. In fact, 30% of empaths and highly sensitive people are extroverts. The difference is that empaths prefer quality of interaction over quantity, depth over superficiality. The ninth sign is a deep connection with nature. Many empaths feel renewed and healed spending time outdoors. Nature serves as a grounding force for you. When you walk in the forest, sit by a river, or simply stand under a tree, you feel tension leaving your body. The energy of the earth, plants, water helps you cleanse yourself of absorbed emotions and restore your own balance. You often find solace in trees, mountains, ocean. These natural elements don't carry chaotic human energy. They're stable, harmonious, unconditional. By absorbing their calm vibration, you can recharge your energy and gain mental clarity. For many empaths, regular contact with nature isn't just pleasant, it's necessary for maintaining emotion. Internal and physical health. Even a few minutes among plants or under the open sky can significantly improve your well-being. The 10th sign is mood swings directly related to the emotions of those around you. You may find that your mood changes dramatically depending on the feelings of people near you. You wake up in a wonderful mood, but after a conversation with a depressed colleague, you suddenly feel sad and heavy. Or you came home tired, but the energy of a joyful child instantly lifts your vibration. If you're in a positive environment, you may feel uplifted and happy. But in a negative space, for example in an office where conflict reigns, or in a house where constant arguments occur, you may feel depressed and sad. This happens because empaths don't have the same emotional boundaries as most people. Your energetic system is more permeable, which allows others' emotions to penetrate your field and influence your state. Understanding this mechanism is critically important. When you notice a sudden shift in mood, ask yourself, is this really my emotion, or did I absorb it from someone else? This simple mindfulness practice can help you separate your feelings from others. The 11th sign is an innate drive to help people. Whether you're volunteering, listening to friends' problems, or offering encouragement to strangers, your natural impulse is to ease others' suffering. This urge isn't an imposed sense of duty. It comes from the very essence of your being. You can't see someone struggling and not extend a helping hand. This is part of who you really are. This trait makes you a powerful ally for people going through difficult times. Your support isn't superficial, it's deep, genuine, and transformative. People sense this and therefore gravitate toward you in moments of crisis. However, it's important to remember balance. Empaths are often so focused on helping others that they forget about their own needs. They may feel responsible for others' happiness and blame themselves when they can't fix someone else's pain. A key lesson for healing empaths is understanding that you can support others without sacrificing yourself. Establishing healthy boundaries and practicing self-care doesn't make you selfish. It allows you to help more effectively and sustainably. And finally, the 12th sign is an acute need for solitude to recharge. Since empaths absorb so much emotional energy, it's vital for them to regularly spend time alone to recover. This isn't just a preference, it's a necessity. Without regular periods of solitude, empaths can experience emotional burnout, physical exhaustion, and even illness. During these moments of solitude, you can engage in self-care, meditation, reading, drawing, listening to music, taking a bath, or simply sitting in silence. These activities help you release accumulated energy, process emotions, and return to your center. Many empaths feel guilty about this need. Loved ones may not understand why you need so much time alone, but this is a critically important aspect of maintaining your emotional well-being. Explain to your friends and family that this isn't a rejection of them. It's self-care that allows you to be the best version of yourself in relationships. When you're restored and centered, you can offer much more love, support, and presence. Now that we've covered the 12 signs, let's talk about how empaths can successfully navigate the modern world. Here are key strategies for protecting your energy and effectively using your healing abilities. Learn to say no when you need to. It's okay to protect your space and time. You're not obligated to be available to everyone at any moment. Setting boundaries isn't selfishness, it's self-preservation. Many empaths struggle with this because they feel others' disappointment when they refuse. But remember, you can't fill someone else's cup if your own is empty. Make caring for yourself a priority, not something optional. This can include meditation, yoga, journaling, creativity, hobbies, massage, or any other activities that restore your energy. Create a daily self-care ritual. Even 15 minutes in the morning or before bed can significantly change how you feel. Grounding exercises help center your energy and create a protective barrier. Spend time in nature. Walk barefoot on the earth. Imagine roots going from your feet deep into the ground. Visualization of a protective energy field around yourself can also be very effective. Imagine yourself surrounded by golden or white light that reflects negative energy but allows love and positivity to pass through. Be mindful of the media you consume. News filled with disasters, violent movies, toxic social media, all of this can seriously drain empaths. Choose consciously what you let into your consciousness. This doesn't mean complete isolation from the world, but conscious limitation of how much negative information you absorb. Connect with other empaths or professionals who understand your experience. Join support groups for highly sensitive people. Find a therapist specializing in working with empaths. Talking with people who understand what it means to be an empath can be incredibly liberating. You no longer need to explain or justify your sensitivity. Develop the skill of discernment. When you experience a strong emotion, ask yourself, Is this my feeling, or did I absorb it from someone else? If it's not yours, visualize releasing it, returning it to whom it belongs. Arrange a space in your home that serves as a sanctuary for recovery. This could be a meditation corner, reading nook, or simply your bedroom decorated in a calming way. This place should be free from chaos and filled with items that bring you peace. Your ability to feel and heal others is a rare gift, but it needs to be used wisely. You can't save everyone. Sometimes the greatest help you can offer is simply to be present without trying to solve others' problems. Recent scientific research has provided fascinating insights into the empathic brain. Neuroimaging studies show that when empaths observe others in pain, their own pain centers activate as if they were experiencing the discomfort themselves. The anterior cingulate cortex and anterior insula, areas crucial for processing physical and emotional pain, light up in empaths' brains when witnessing others' suffering. This neurological mirroring explains why empaths don't just understand others' emotions intellectually, they experience them somatically. Mirror neurons, specialized brain cells that fire both when performing an action and when observing others perform the same action, are more active in empaths. These neurons help us understand others' intentions and emotions by creating internal simulations of their experiences. For empaths, this system is hyperactive, leading to deeper but sometimes overwhelming emotional connections. The research also shows that empaths have differences in their nervous systems that make them more sensitive to subtle stimuli. They process sensory information more thoroughly, notice details others miss, and become overstimulated more easily. Understanding these biological foundations helps empaths realize that their sensitivity isn't a choice or weakness. It's a fundamental aspect of how their brains are wired. Throughout history, empaths have played crucial roles in societies as healers, shamans, counselors, and spiritual guides. Ancient cultures recognized and valued individuals with heightened sensitivity, often training them in healing arts or spiritual practices. In many indigenous traditions, highly sensitive individuals were seen as bridges between the physical and spiritual worlds. They were the ones who could sense what others needed, who could feel the collective emotions of the tribe, and who could facilitate healing in both individuals and communities. These traditions understood that empaths needed special care and training to manage their gifts effectively. Modern society, with its emphasis on emotional detachment and individualism, has often misunderstood empaths. The rise of industrial and technological advancement has created environments that can be particularly challenging for sensitive individuals. Noisy, overstimulating cities, artificial lighting, constant stimulation, and social isolation. However, there's growing recognition of the value empaths bring to modern workplaces and communities. Their ability to understand team dynamics, provide emotional support, and create inclusive environments makes them valuable assets in healthcare, education, counseling, and leadership roles. As our understanding of emotional intelligence grows, society is beginning to appreciate the unique contributions of empaths. Becoming aware of your empathic nature often involves a journey of self-discovery that can be both liberating and challenging. Many empaths describe a moment of recognition, a sudden understanding that explains years of feeling different, overwhelmed, or misunderstood. This awakening typically happens in stages. First comes the recognition of your sensitivity. You begin to notice patterns, how you feel different in certain environments, how others' moods affect you, how you seem to know things without being told. Then comes the learning phase, where you seek to understand what it means to be an empath. This might involve reading about empathy, connecting with others who share your experiences, or working with therapists who understand high sensitivity. The integration phase involves learning to work with your empathic abilities rather than being overwhelmed by them. You develop strategies for protection, learn to distinguish your emotions from others, and begin to see your sensitivity as a gift rather than a burden. Finally comes the mastery phase, where you learn to use your empathic abilities consciously and purposefully. You become skilled at helping others while maintaining your own well-being. And you may find ways to use your gifts professionally or in service to your community. This journey isn't linear. Empaths often cycle through these phases throughout their lives as they encounter new challenges and opportunities for growth. Empaths face unique challenges and opportunities in relationships. Their deep sensitivity can create incredibly intimate and meaningful connections, but it can also lead to difficulties with boundaries and emotional overwhelm. In romantic relationships, empaths may find themselves attracted to partners who need healing or support. While this can create deep bonds, it can also lead to codependent patterns where the empath takes on responsibility for their partner's emotional well-being. Learning to maintain healthy boundaries while still being supportive is a crucial skill for empaths in love. Friendships can be particularly rewarding for empaths, as their natural ability to listen and understand makes them valued confidants. However, empaths may find themselves in one-sided relationships where they give more than they receive. Learning to seek out balanced friendships with other emotionally intelligent individuals is important for empaths' well-being.
Parenting as an empath can be both deeply fulfilling and incredibly challenging. Empathic parents often have strong, intuitive connections with their children and can provide exceptional emotional support. However, they may also absorb their children's emotions intensely, making it difficult to maintain appropriate boundaries and teach children emotional independence. Family relationships can be complex for empaths, especially if family members don't understand or appreciate their sensitivity. Empaths may feel responsible for managing family conflicts or keeping everyone happy, which can be exhausting and ultimately impossible. Many empaths find fulfillment in careers that allow them to use their natural gifts. Healthcare, counseling, social work, education, and creative fields often attract empaths because these professions align with their natural inclinations to help, understand, and connect with others. In these fields, empaths can thrive, bringing unique insights and genuine care to their work. However, empaths in helping professions also face risks of burnout and compassion fatigue. The constant exposure to others' pain and suffering can overwhelm even the most resilient empath. Learning self-care strategies and setting professional boundaries is crucial for long-term success in these fields. Some empaths discover that traditional corporate environments are challenging for their sensitive nature. Open offices, competitive atmospheres, and high-stress deadlines can be overwhelming. These empaths might thrive better in smaller organizations, remote work situations, or entrepreneurial ventures where they have more control over their environment. Empaths often make excellent leaders because of their ability to understand and respond to team members' needs. They can create inclusive, supportive work environments where people feel valued and understood. However, empathic leaders need to be careful not to absorb their team's stress or feel overly responsible for everyone's happiness. When empaths are pushed beyond their limits through prolonged exposure to toxic environments, abusive relationships, or overwhelming stress, they may experience what's known as the empath supernova. This is a protective mechanism where the usually gentle, giving empath suddenly displays uncharacteristic anger or aggression in self-defense. The supernova occurs when an empath's natural healing and nurturing instincts are repeatedly taken advantage of, leading to a complete emotional explosion. During this phase, empaths may cut ties with toxic people, set firm boundaries, or speak truths they've been holding back for too long. While this can be shocking to those around them, the supernova is often a necessary part of the empath's healing journey. It represents the moment when they finally prioritize their own well-being over others' comfort. The aftermath of a supernova can be a period of significant growth for empaths, as they learn to maintain stronger boundaries and more balanced relationships. Being an empath is a beautiful but challenging journey. Recognizing these 12 signs not only helps you better understand yourself, but also gives you the opportunity to use your gifts for healing others and yourself. Remember that you're not alone in this experience. Millions of empaths around the world are going through similar challenges and discoveries. Your sensitivity isn't weakness, but your greatest strength. In a world that often values toughness and emotional detachment, empaths carry the light of compassion, understanding, and healing. You're bridges between hearts, healers of souls, guardians of emotional wisdom. Embrace your empathic nature. Care for your well-being as devotedly as you care for others. Set boundaries, practice self-care, surround yourself with people and places that support your energy. And remember, the world needs your sensitivity. Your ability to feel deeply, love genuinely, and heal naturally is exactly what makes this world more human, more connected, more alive. Keep shining your light, share your gift, and never forget to take care of yourself in the process. The journey of the empath is not just about healing others. It's about learning to heal yourself, to love yourself, and to recognize that your sensitivity is not a burden to bear, but a sacred gift to treasure. In embracing your empathic nature fully, you not only transform your own life, but contribute to the healing and evolution of human consciousness itself. You are the bridges this world needs, the healers this world seeks, and the light this world requires. Trust in your gift, honor your sensitivity, and know that in being authentically yourself, you are already healing the world simply by existing in it. Your empathic heart is not just a personal blessing, it's a gift to humanity. Cherish it, protect it, and let it shine brightly for all to see. The world is a more compassionate place because empaths like you exist in it. And for that, we should all be grateful. Your journey as an empath is sacred. Your gifts are precious, and your contribution to the world's healing is immeasurable. Thank you for being exactly who you are.